Yo, 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 yo. How y'all doing today? Um, I ain't want to take up too much of y'all time. Just something, a quick thing off the top, off the top. I just wanted to, get y'all opinion on this locks and this Dipset versus that's coming up. Now we're scheduled for August the 3rd. This will be a live event. It's in New York City. So you will be ticketed, and actual people will go see the event. I believe. I mean, well, of course, it's going to be live on the IG page for the Versus page, and also on Triller. This is one of the verses that I'm really excited for. Of course, I grew up being a real big fan of the Locks and Dipset. Now I feel like I was in high school around the time of, like, I want to say 2000 to '04. So I feel like that was the mixtape era. So I feel like I was influenced more by by Dipset, but the Locks and they out there stomping shit too, because you got Kiss and Styles. They more so throwing that thing on a solo tip. And I just feel like I say it that way because I feel like when you get to high school, I feel like you a young adult. So that's really at the age where you starting to understand shit as a adult, basically. Like, you starting to get the lyrics that you was hearing, like the shit that you wasn't understanding when you was younger. You understand it better when you in high school. So the Locks, like I said, the impact was huge for me. But in the mid '90s, I'm looking at that like elementary, middle school. Around the time you got All About the Benjamins, Tell Me What You Want From Me, and what's the one joint that they had? The Can't Stop Now. That was a real big banger. Both of the groups had, a real big influence on the culture. Of course, I remember the Locks having their little moment when they started with Puff, when it's kind of like they was like Big little brother, where I feel like Big and Mace was basically the heavyweights, and Craig Mack, they was the heavyweights on the label, holding it down. And I feel like the Locks, you always heard them on their verses and on the album projects, killing shit. There was them young street dudes coming out of YO that was really about to, put a stomping in the game. And then, of course, everything happened with the money of, Puff not paying people and stuff like that. So it wasn't until, like I said, around the time me getting to high school where we started seeing seeing Chic with his solo projects. We started seeing Kiss with his solo projects. We started hearing them, still together, but we're hearing him solo on the Clue tapes. We're hearing him solo on the Flex tapes. Yeah, so it was a big thing. Now, when it comes to Dipset, if I had to choose, I would give the edge to them, because I feel like the Bad Boy umbrella overshadows the Locks. But I feel like when it comes to Dipset, I don't know if everybody can remember. I feel like Dipset really popped when Rockefeller was popping real heavy. When Rockefeller was like the biggest label. When Jay was out there going crazy, and they was feuding with people like Murder Inc. and them. Yeah, but it made me, that's when Cam came. He was making noise in New York already, but then the old boy came, and then, tore shit up. That's around the time, Rock was doing the sampling real heavy. And I feel like the great thing about Cam when he came on Rockefeller is that I feel like most of the time when you with a big label and then they got like this big artist on there already, it's only but so much you can grow out of that situation. But I feel like when it came to Cam, I feel like his appeal, his artistry, his lyrics, and just everything he represented with the whole Diplomat brand. You think how he had people wearing pink, really going crazy with the Purple Haze. I remember he came out with the Purple Haze album. Everybody going crazy. And I think it boosted up the Purple Haze sales on the street. Even for people who didn't have Purple Haze. Haze. It became like a good little sales pitch. I just remember, going to clubs and going skating and seeing hella people wearing pink. Seeing people wearing, the Bird Gang and the Diplomat wear. Try and dress and do it how Cam do. Saying a lot of stuff that he said. Calling him Rico. So I think that's another big thing into it. Where it's like, Cam got his face in certain movies of the culture where I feel like some of those movies goated, and then you can even add that to another element to the verses. It was a lot of artists that was branched off of Dipset that we all loved. Powerful artists. I feel like when it came to the Locks, we probably specifically, not taking nothing away from them, they just shit. But I feel like we specifically talking about 3 artists. But when it come to Dipset, they had a lot of powerful artists that came out of that movement. Of course, Jim Jones, Jewels. You had people like Hell Rell that was really going crazy back then. 40 Cal, that's doing, battle rap now. So I look at it, like I said, even when it comes to people like Jewels transitioning to Love and Hip Hop and making his woman get on Love and Hip Hop. So sometimes when I look at, wins and losses, sometimes I think about the overall effect and the overall, like, how much have you done culturally, like how everything look as a whole culturally. So I think it's really going to be a tough one. I'm sure some people will call it the other way. Because just looking back at the Locks, you just thinking about, we're talking about, hip hop history, being around the great Bad Boy label, the great Diddy, the great Big. How many of those major hits they was a part of. So it's going to be, so I get it if you looking at it that way. I just think it's a great matchup. So again, the verses will be on August the 3rd. Like I said, it is a live event, but everybody can catch it on IG. If you leave a comment down in the comment section, let me know who y'all got. I really want to hear y'all answers. I love the debate. I love the topic. So if you can, like the video, share it, and don't forget to subscribe. Peace.